All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Prophet Podcast, episode 4, and we got a special guest today. You want to introduce yourself?
I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Charlie Henry. I'm a Christian. Do you want to say my testimony?
Yeah, you got it. You got it, man.
Okay. So, see, I grew up in a Christian household, right? And I went through life, but I didn't really I don't know.
For real.
Like when I was,
I get it.
Yeah, when I was like a kid, I didn't
like
fully
most of us
process.
did that,
Yeah,
Just did everything of your religion.
Like we didn't really
Yeah.
think.
I didn't really think.
know?
I didn't really understand, what Jesus really
Yeah.
did for us, And so I kind of went around, but I kind of was like a mean little kid. Like honestly, I would be mean to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And one day I kind of woke up. I was like, I've been pretty mean and disrespectful to and stuff like that. So I started reading my Bible, but I didn't really focus. I would just read it because I thought reading my Bible would make me just a better person just by reading it. But
Yeah.
I didn't really focus on the words, So I read one chapter a night, and I did that for a while, but it didn't really help me because I wasn't reading it for the right reasons, Yeah. So then I started reading it for the right reasons, and I started reading a lot more, and I started reading the New Testament, and this was right around where I joined my youth group because my youth group really helped me. Shout out to VHBC youth, Okay. And then yeah, and now I'm trying to read the whole Bible, and I'm kind of locked in.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it kind of woke you up and just shook, got you when something happens to you that you don't expect or something. I mean, I don't know how this relates, but I got a ticket the other day. Haynes knows about the story. And I just was driving, I stopped at stop signs a little bit, kind of went through them, and I just kind of went through this one, and there had to be police to the right of me as I was turning, and then turned on the lights, pulled me over, and it kind of woke me up to see wait, I'm doing this wrong. I don't need to.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
Oh, so I like how you said, you were reading the Bible, but it wasn't for the right reason.
Yeah.
So I was watching this podcast, Bryce Crawford, and he said, in the beginning of his stages of Christianity, he read the Bible. Just he tried to be a Christian just based off of logic and facts from the Bible, but he couldn't he used that to act like he was a Christian, but he said he didn't really have a relationship. He was just trying to learn, but not actually talk to God, I guess.
He didn't have faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good how you're doing that and talking to God and stuff
instead of the old way.
Yeah.
Because you need faith to be a Christian. I kind of realized that,
Yeah. So when did what age did
kick in?
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, it was probably around 7th grade when I realized I started diving deep into what's a sin and what isn't, and I realized that a lot of the things I was doing were really sinful and just not kind to people, So I started changing that, and I tried to be nicer and really know
Yeah. That's good. Was it when did you start trying to get all into the Bible, and was that 7th grade or was that now?
That was pretty recent, actually. Let me think. Well, I started reading it, one chapter, but then one day it just clicked, and I was I just need to go all in. So I started reading a lot more, and then I was I need to read the New Testament, and this was let me think. This was around December, probably around Christmas, actually, and
Yeah, it's really powerful in December.
Yeah, for real. Because it's that's when you learn a lot more about Jesus.
Yeah, and we all three of us and a couple of our friends actually have not a podcast. We have a Bible study at Panera every morning.
Y'all have a Bible study?
You're in it. Those guy. Yeah. So we're all in a Bible study and just read the Bible.
Yeah,
It's
facts.
great. I mean, yeah, you can come if you want to.
Yeah, y'all can just like show up. You know?
Vestavia Hills, Panera. Pull up, $6.50. Grab you a Cinnabon. Yeah, and you can just read the Bible with us. So
Thanks. And we like ask good questions too. Like today, y'all weren't there, but we asked a good question. It was like,
Yeah.
top 3 people, like who would y'all meet in the Bible? Like, you want to answer that?
yes, bro,
Yeah.
that's good. So here we can go into.
So you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay.
Then I'll pass it to Greg.
Number 1, I said John the Baptist, because like Jesus
Yeah.
says in the Bible, no other person has been as great as John the Baptist.
Mhm.
And then second, I would probably say Moses.
Oh, he's tough.
Facts. Moses is really good. Because he
He's
had
tough, man.
he had crazy faith.
Yeah.
Like Moses left like his royalty in Egypt
Mhm.
to go, follow God and like lead
Yeah.
his people out. And then third, I would say King Solomon. Extremely wise, probably like the wisest person on earth. Probably,
Yeah.
And
Was that the story where God gave him? He asked for one thing, or God gave him one thing, and he chose wisdom.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
one.
So for my 3, I would have to go Paul,
That's fire. That's fire.
because like if you've heard his story, like he was formerly Saul, and he used to kill all these Christians, and then like God spoke to him and he changed, and he became like a Christian himself, and it just shows how we can change no matter what, like no matter if we're killing Christians or like the tiniest sin, like we can always change. And then I would have to go David from David and Goliath. He's got that faith, he's tiny, against a big giant, and
And he became like King David and all that.
yeah, and he won. He won the battle. And then I would have to go Peter, because like he's a tough disciple.
Yeah.
He cut off that ear. It's
Wait, that
tough.
was him?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, I
Was
didn't
it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that was him. Cut off the ear when Jesus
of
was getting
the
arrested.
guard? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Peter.
I have like the same 3 as y'all. Like I would definitely want to hear Moses, like because Moses, like he just has such good like stories, like all the things that he did. Like I would love to hear like him like parting the Red Sea. Like that story would be so cool to hear. And John the Baptist, like again, like just being like he would also have so much story to tell because he like did so much for people, and like yeah, and then I'd have to go Paul, just because like I'd want to hear like how, like I just want to hear his like story of how his life like just changed and like all that, and like just his full life story, to just like get to know more about him.
Yeah. And like what it was like to really like see Jesus like and like talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like he like blinded him and stuff.
Mhm.
I have a question for y'all too. It's like, okay, so on Judgment Day, if it were to happen when we were still alive, like what would y'all feel like? Like when y'all hear the trumpets, like what feeling would y'all feel? And then also, what would you say to God, like on Judgment Day? So we can go around again.
So you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I would feel like probably just like immense joy. Like it's finally happening. Like I'd feel like a little bit like almost like sad, because like a lot of the people who died before us, the Christians
Mm-hmm.
who were like martyred and stuff, they never got to see this. But I think, aren't they like going to be raised from the dead? or
Yeah.
something? So
I
they'll
think
get to
it
see
says that.
Yeah, so they'll get to see it. But
And then what would you say to Jesus?
I'd say, what do I say to Jesus? That'd be a good question.
That's hard. That's a hard
that's
question.
a hard question.
It is indeed a hard question.
I don't know.
We can skip you and then come back.
Yeah, come back to me.
All right. So for me, I watched the Instagram reel, and for some reason, it was about the Judgment Day, and it was like the trumpets, and I had my AirPods in and I full blasted it, just like get all that noise, and it was crazy. Like I had all these like joyous emotions, I guess, but yeah, also kind of sad too. It's like, I mean, you shouldn't be sad at all, but like and then one thing I would say to Jesus is that like I'm like thankful, and just thankful that he's my God. And I would also say that I would also thank him for dying on the cross, because none of us could have done that, and none of us could have gotten into heaven without him doing that. Like, we're all sinners, and like we've fallen short of the glory of God, so we can't get into heaven. If somebody asks you, like, do you think you can get into heaven, and they say, like, I read the Bible. I think we talked about this in another podcast, but like, I read the Bible, I spread the word, but then like, you still do sins. Like, God died for your sins, so that's a reason why you would go into heaven. So
Yeah, I mean, if God, like, in the Bible, like, it says, like, he's gonna ask you, like, why should I let you in the kingdom of heaven? Like I want to be able to say, like, I had a relationship with you, I loved you, and I spread your word, and I did everything that you commanded me to do, and like, that's the ultimate goal for me right now, just to like be able to like mark every single one of those off the list, and just be able to like know, like, I'm not nervous, I'm excited, like, for that, you know.
Yeah, for real. For real.
you got any other questions or?
Well, if you want me to say like what I'd say to Jesus on the
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
What I mean is, I mean, I would probably like, I'd honestly just hug him, you know, hug him and just like thank him, you know.
Yeah.
It's just because he lived a perfect life, sin free, and yet he died, you know, for
Yeah.
all of us. It's like crazy.
Yeah, and like, yeah, he's our creator, and like, he made us, and he loves us. You have a question?
I have something to say. Like, it's like kind of hard to like imagine like what it's gonna like picture up to be like Judgment Day and all that. But like, if you think about it, like, it's kind of like cool because like you get to see like the actual like creator of the universe like come down from heaven on a horse and just like come down, and like all the angels and everyone's just like come down, and then you like I don't know what it's gonna be like because I don't know like how we're gonna be able to see like the wars that are gonna be fought, like, and all that. Like, it's gonna be like, it's weird to imagine, but like it'd be cool to see.
I actually have like a question for you. So
Yeah.
like, do you know about the prophecy of like the third temple in Daniel?
Do you know that? I don't know it.
Okay. So like,
I'm-
I saw a video about this. I don't want to like spread misinformation, but I'm pretty sure like if you read Daniel, it's like something in there, and it's basically like, so the Jews, they have like temples, right, where they
Mhm.
worship God, but like they've had two and they haven't made a third one yet. But when they make a third one, 3.5 years after that, you know about that like Antichrist and like how
Yeah.
he's gonna go inside that temple and then claim he's God inside that temple,
Mhm.
and then 3.5 years after that, that's when Judgment Day is gonna happen, and Jesus is gonna come down and defeat the Antichrist.
Oh, so that's kind of like a timeline base.
Yeah, timeline based, and I'm pretty sure they're like making the third temple right now. Like, I'm not even joking.
That's insane.
I
Wait,
know.
you said 3.5 days after? Or
Or
something?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like bad for us Christians, because like the Antichrist is want to like kill us all.
For me, it's just hard to fathom how, because it said every eye will see Jesus when he comes down. So like, how will we all see like one Jesus? Because like, we're all in different parts of the world, and yeah, also like seeing the wars fought. But it's actually really cool how we're just gonna be like lifted up into heaven.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
It's just gonna be so. It's gonna be so crazy.
yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Like, I feel like the stuff that is going on, like, I feel like we're just really close to the end. I feel like we're in like the perfect time to like be in the Word of God and stuff. And like, there's no better time than now, because the earlier the better, because he could come tomorrow. Like, we really don't know. I mean, like, everyone talks about the seven trumpets. Like, it's hard to tell. Like, you don't know when everything's happening and all that. Like, but they could all happen just like that, and then it'd all be over, and then God comes down, and then we all go up to heaven.
And that's just like crazy. You know, I can't wait. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited.
You can like kind of feel the sense of like him coming soon. Doesn't it like feel like the end times are near? I mean, like it feels like, for me, it feels like it's soon. Like, and I'm glad we're doing this and talking about God, because like, you only have one life, and this life is the test. So you have to use it.
For the test to get into heaven. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to talking about end times and like what that kind of looks like for us Christians. So I think Charlie's got a verse.
Yeah, I got it. Hold on.
Here, I'll like hold the mic.
I got it. Okay. So let me read this. This is Daniel 9:24 through 27. This is talking about like the rebuilding of like the temple and like what the Antichrist is gonna do. So 77s are set for your people and your holy city to throttle, rebuild, stop sin, wipe out crime, set things right forever, confirm what the prophet saw, and anoint the Holy of Holies. Here is what you must understand. From the time the word goes out to rebuild Jerusalem until the coming of the anointed leader, there will be 7 sevens. The rebuilding will take 62 sevens, including building streets and digging a moat. Those will be rough times. After the 62 sevens, the anointed leader will be killed. The end of him. The city and the sanctuary will be laid in ruins by the army of the newly arriving leader. The end will come in a rush, like a flood. War will rage right up to the end. Desolation, the order of the day. Then, for 1 7, he will forge many and strong alliances, but halfway through the 7, he will banish worship and prayers. At the place of worship, a desecrating obscenity will be set up and remain until finally the desecrator himself is decisively destroyed. Okay, so like,
Can you like sum that up for us?
okay,
I know it's
so
that a long verse, you know.
yeah, it talks about a lot and it's like really confusing, especially like the times it used, like the 77s, the 62 sevens or whatever. But I know like part of it is talking about where it says what should I call it, the desecrator. That's talking about the Antichrist, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
And like how he's gonna like come to the third temple after it's rebuilt, because like he's got to desecrate one of the temples, and since there's no temples right now, it's got to be the third temple when it's rebuilt, and he's gonna like he's gonna desecrate it by saying like he's God.
Yeah.
And he's gonna set up like some obscenity there, so like it could be like anything. It could be like, you know how like back in the day they had like the gold calf that they worshipped instead of
Yeah.
God. It could be like that. It could be anything. So yeah.
So the first and second temple aren't built yet.
Oh no. So like the first and second temple have already come.
Yeah.
They were destroyed. So like by like I'm not sure.
It's a
I-
hard story to like understand. for-
Yeah. Well, I know the first temple was destroyed, I think by the Babylonians maybe when they
and
took over
that's in the
Jerusalem.
prophecy, right?
Yeah.
The
And
second
then-
one was destroyed also.
Yeah. And so there's no temple right now.
When was when were they last destroyed? Or this was a long time ago.
Yeah, this was like, I mean, I don't know. I gotta do more research about like the second temple, because I know the first temple that was like Jesus. Like he,
Mhm.
like did he go into the first temple?
Not sure.
I think. Well, I know the first temple was around because like, you know, like when he died, like the curtain ripped.
Oh yeah,
That
it
was,
ripped
like-
from the top.
Yeah.
From the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Because nobody would be able to rip it from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
Or yeah, it ripped from the top to the bottom, symbolizing that it was God. Because if it ripped from the bottom to the top, that could have been like a person or something. I think
Yeah.
that's what my mom told me on Easter. So
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. Oh, do we want to talk about the calves? What are they?
Oh, the red heifers.
The
Okay,
red
so
hippers.
like talking about like we've been talking about the temple and how the Antichrist is gonna desecrate the temple. For the temple to be built, the red heifers have to be found, and then like it says this in like the Old Testament that when they were like doing really important things, they had to sacrifice a red heifer. Okay, but they haven't found one yet, or no, they have. Yeah, they found like 3 or 4 red heifers that like
Fit the
qualifications. Yeah. Like, and it's like extremely rare, like, because they can't have like a single like spot on them or like
Mhm.
anything like that, and
gray
they can't
hair
have
or
like
black hair. They can't have anything.
Yeah.
Tell them the 3. You know the 3 disqualifications.
Well,
the-
I know there's like the thing
the
on
hair?
the back.
It's
hairs.
the yoke on the
The
back
yoke-
if they
yoke on the
ever had
back.
a yoke on their back, and then it's
They
you have
can't be
to
too old,
They have to be 3 years older than 3 years.
or I think it's like 4.
or in the I don't know. It's either 3 or
Yeah,
4.
3 to 4, something like that.
Yeah, and 9 calves have already been killed or sacrificed.
Yeah, and it says in the Bible that when the 10th calf gets sacrificed, that's when the Messiah will come, and that aligns with like Christian, like because like after this calf gets sacrificed, the temple is going to be rebuilt, the Antichrist is going to come, and then Jesus is going to come. You know, after the 10th one. So yeah,
And the Antichrist is like part of the trumpet. It's like that's like symbolizing like the fifth trumpet or whatever. I'm really not sure, but I'll have to look up into it. But yeah, um, the years. Oh yeah, like after I'm gonna need a little help on this because I don't know all the years. And it like after
it's like
the
3.5 years
after the
rebuilding.
or yeah rebuilding, and then after that, once it's complete, is that when they slain the
No. Okay, so
they
the-
slain him in that
before.
symbol or starts the building of the
yeah,
temple,
and then
3.5 years after it's done, 3.5 years.
yeah,
When it's done, the Antichrist comes in there and says that he's God, and then that symbol that shows that he's coming in there and he's trying to get the whole world to change. And
yeah, and he's gonna like the devil's gonna like, so you know how like Jesus was tempted, right, in the desert, and the devil was like, if you worship me, you can have all this, like the whole
Yeah.
world. But Jesus said no, right? But this guy, he's gonna say like yes,
Mhm.
and he's gonna like take over the world for real, because like the devil's gonna like give him the power to do that.
Yeah.
And like things are gonna be bad, like
Mhm.
it said in here. It's just gonna be like rough times, and it's gonna be like laid in ruins and stuff. Like it's gonna be like that, and like, yeah, you know?
Yeah. We just got to prepare the best we can for the times that are coming and just get people ready for it because we never know when.
And yeah, I mean, just get prepared. That's why we're doing this in the first place, because you never know when it can happen. We know that all these prophecies have to be fulfilled, but it can at any time it could happen. We never know. Only God knows. Not even Jesus knows.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So like God could be like, "Yo, Jesus, go and do your thing," you know. Go down to heaven. What? Like go get on Tiger.
And it could also like, well, I'm just thinking like when it's gonna like be done, like it's just gonna be great. You
Yeah.
know,
It's gonna be
like
crazy.
evil's gonna be gone. Everything like bad is just gonna be gone.
Yeah. There's no nighttime.
There's no like bad feeling. Like there's no sadness. There's no depression. There's none of those feelings. Like
It's always joy.
yeah, you're not. That's why he erases like those in your memory that like didn't make it, or like all the things that happen on Earth, like the bad things. You won't be able to remember anything bad. You won't know what bad is because God erases that from your head and just like creates a new state of mind, and it's just happy because you're in His heaven, and yeah,
And so if we think about it like this, hell is eternal separation from God, and heaven is eternal, like spending
Yeah.
time with God, like closeness. So if you're really close to God, like if you're in heaven, like with God, there's no way you can think of or do something bad. Like in earth, so like it's 3 levels: hell, earth, and then heaven with God. If you're on earth, you have the choice to do good or bad. That's why you're halfway down the line. Heaven, you can't do bad. You're with God. Hell, on the other hand, it's only bad. Like you can't do good. That's like the farthest away from God you can ever get. That's why on earth we have a choice if we want to do good or bad to be able to get into heaven and not hell.
like God gives us like the best chance to like He gives us challenges though. Like you're gonna go through hard times to be like, but it's not always gonna be easy. Like He's gonna put you through stuff to get to like it's like climbing a mountain. Like you're going through the hard stuff, but then when you get to the top, you see the view and you're like, well, this was worth it because like, but you don't know it yet because you can't see the view. and it's hard to tell what the view is until you get up there, and that's like related like you're trying to right now you can't see God or anything like you don't. I mean, yeah, you feel God, but you don't see him right now, so you don't. Part of you like or
You have
other people
doubts.
like yeah, there's
Yeah.
doubts, there's always doubts, but then like you're doubting like at the view, like you don't know if it's gonna be good or not, you're regretting turning around, but then God just wants you to keep going and just keep a healthy relationship with him, and then that's you keep it on going, and then when you get to the top it's just like like you're not going back because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to this camp with my youth group, and we actually did an all-nighter because the next morning, we were gonna hike up this mountain, and apparently it was supposed to be a really good view. So like, we did the all-nighter. We had to we had to go at like 4 a.m. So we just stayed up the whole night. Went at 4 a.m. We were walking up the hill. It was really cold. It was really dark. We couldn't see anything. And then when we got up to the top of the hill, it was the sunrise, and it was like this amazing view. Like Gray was saying, we couldn't. It's just crazy how we can't see on the way up there. Like we can't see the beauty, like on the journey up. But like when we get there and we get to the top, and we can see all of His glory and like what He's done. And it's just like a really good analogy that even if we can't see or like we can't see the bottom, we just got to keep going and have that faith, and like once we get to the top it's going to be amazing.
God wants you to, and that'll lead you to the ultimate.
That'll lead you to Him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of like reminds me of like something I heard recently. It was like a lot of people wear a cross,
Mhm.
but few carry it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna be like there's gonna be rough times. Like if you're not having rough times, then like or like
You're
I
not
don't-
living right.
Yeah. Like you have to like I don't know how to explain it, but like to follow Jesus's way, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because Jesus was perfect, and like we can't live up to that.
Yeah.
We can't be perfect.
That's why God wants you to do this. Like, there's nothing all of us combined could do to make up for what He did on this earth. So, like, the hard times, like, that's nothing compared to what God did. And so it's just like He's giving you a little bit of a challenge because life's always going to be a challenge. You just have to follow His way and path, and that's going to take you to, again, the top of the mountain, which is heaven and His goodness and all that.
Yeah. I mean that kind of like that reminds me of like did we talk about this already? Like the temptation in the desert and how Jesus like
Yeah,
he went on and but what was I thinking about?
how Jesus got tempted but He still stood up and like didn't.
Yeah. Like I was thinking like if you think that Jesus like just because he was God, like these temptations were like nothing to him, like that's just not true because like angels, like think about angels who like
Yeah, even
spent
angels fell, you know.
yeah, angels fell and became demons. So like Jesus could have easily like fallen, but like it's like Jesus didn't. He didn't. He stuck it out because he loved us, you know?
Yeah, and that's why we need to be like that. We need to. It's hard to not be tempted by the devil and do what he wants us to do. Um, and like I've been watching videos, and it's just sad to see. Like you can see like the devil in these people. Like you can just know the devil's controlling them, and it's just sad because you know like they're better and like yeah that you can have they can have a real relationship with God. So
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because like every human being is made in the image of God. Like think about that. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he loves like every one of us, and like he made us for a purpose. But some people like stray away from that purpose, and like the devil gets control of them, and it like
He
really.
just shows so many ways to show like how much He cares about us and loves us. Like how long it took to create us, 7 months, and how long it took to create the earth, 7 days. And like He called us great and He called the earth good. Like that that itself just shows how much he loves us. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Like I fully agree with that. Like it's just amazing. Like God's love surpasses everything.
Is that all
Yeah.
all we have?
You know, and get into I mean, yeah.
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 Thanks for coming on, Charlie.
Well,
I mean, it was
yeah.
great.
It
Like I
was-
loved it. Yeah.
It was awesome. Well, thanks for coming, and it was great.
Hey, 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 hey.